Ready? So, you want to do film? I'm Saphira and I'm from Electus Films. So today we're going to talk about film school and what to expect. Film school, like any other school, is the same. You know, you have your friends, you have your lecturers, you have, teamwork projects that you have to do at the end of the year. But one thing you gotta pay attention is always research what you want to do. Because, I don't know what about you guys, because I'm from SG and my college here has made me do subjects like communications. And for some of you, you cannot expect right off the bat to be, learning about whether it's to be editing, whether it's to be cinematography, or film directing, or producing, and anything like that. So make sure you do your research. Okay, why I'm saying this is because there are film schools out there that offer these kinds of course that narrows down and really focuses on the thing that you want to become. So for instance, for me, the film school that I went to actually teaches all aspects of filmmaking. Okay, whether or not you're comfortable with this idea is because, some people really like the idea of having to having to study everything, but some of them really do not want to, waste money on schools that teaches everything. I understand about that because you're spending a lot of money, it's like business, something like that. Schools will cost you about $20,000, $30,000, and then at the end of the day, it's whether or not you're going to benefit from the school, right? Like I mentioned before, make sure you do ample of research, and in what school you want to go to, because I have a lot of people who come up to me and tell me that, hey, I want to go to film school, or I want to go to this film school because it's trendy, because it's cool, because hey, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Some people are just like, they go to LaSalle because they think it's cool. They go to NYU because they think it's cool. Not because they think that the courses there is going to benefit them in the long run. Not understanding that you're investing thousands and thousands of dollars to achieve what you hope to learn at the end of the year. So this is the reason why I think it's really important for you to, be able to understand, okay, this is what you really want to do. Like, it's not a bad thing for you to go to all these schools, but the importance is if you can really benefit at the end of the year, because that's very imperative in the process of you learning to be who you want to be at the end of the day. Next top is really realizing that you're going to be in creative school. Creative school has a lot of kids out there that's going to challenge the way you do things. They're gonna say that, hey, you know what, I want my idea to be in it as well. Everybody wants a piece of themselves in their work. But that's really everywhere, right? But in creative school, it's double the times. Just be prepared, just make sure that you're always kind and you always try to understand where your teammates are coming from, because remember that all of you are different, and my advice for you is to really be patient. Because creative school can be really challenging when it comes to group work. Everybody wants to be the one directing, everybody wants to be the one leading, and no one wants to be actually in the zone executing whatever you want to execute, or whatever projects that you guys are trying to achieve. Because that's important, right? You're in film school because of that. You're learning to be, a better person, or you're learning to be a better creative person in general. But of course, on top of that, I'm gonna go back to school, having you to understand that if you think it's okay for you to be in a school whereby, covering all aspects of filmmaking is okay for you, then it's great. Because, look at it this way. If you want to be a cinematographer, let's say, okay, and you have a background of doing video editing, you have this experience, you know how to edit videos, you know how to use this software and that software, and because you go to a film school that really provides all of these solutions for you to learn all these things, then by all means go for it. Because in the process of you going to where you need to be, you will be required to do some things which is not what you want to do. For instance, I wanted to be a film director, but in the beginning all I had to do was film editing. I had to sit down, I had to work at different kinds of video production houses, from wedding. Yes, I did wedding video production houses. And then, I went to freelance for a bit, doing tutorial videos, and it's simply not narrative based. I wasn't doing anything that I want to do right off the bat, but that's okay as well. But that's why I say, there's the pros and cons in going to a film school which provides all of this, because at the end of the day, they're not really going through in-depth of each of the specific thing, because they have animation, you have this and that. They're not going to sit down there and go through the entire module on it, or I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they do not, depends on the film school you're going to. So what you want to be able to do is to narrow down, tunnel vision, and make sure you know, okay, this is what I want to do, and maybe this film school will benefit me in the long run. Other than that, okay, let's look at film school that provide courses that provide, you know, just you learning that specific role in the film industry. For instance, okay, let me get this back, cinematography. If they teach you cinematography right off the bat, and that is what you focus on, and it's something you think it's worth your $20,000 or your $30,000, you put into that and then go delve into it full on, 100% in, and then literally just do your best in it, because like I said, you know, you're really learning a lot of things there. So do remember, you know, as cliche as it sounds, you know, a lot of the things takes a lot of effort and patience and a lot of research, and it's the same thing for film schools. I would like to actually talk about this experience that I had with Robert Lukatik. I met him when I was at Tropfest, Southeast Asia in Penang, a couple of years back. And he's a film director for Legally Blonde, for those of you who are familiar with the film. What my question was for him is to ask him, okay, how did you, you know, at the end of the day, what do you think is the most the most important aspects of filmmaking or in, you know, being in a team? And he said he's really trusting your team members. Communication is key, but having that trust, you know, on your team members, that they're able to see and your vision, you know, and on the same level as you have in your head. Because at the end of the day, if these guys don't see the vision that you have in doing the creative project that you're focusing on, everything will crumble, you know, because everyone will have a difference of ideas, everyone will vibrate on different frequency, you know, everybody will start challenging each other. It's like, oh no, I thought you said this, I thought you said that. And that's why I said it's really important to make sure that your communication skills is that. This is for another episode, but it is so important that you focus on communicating your ideas, you know, and understanding your team members, and, you know, making sure that this is the kind of school you want to be in with this kind of people, because they're very important. They can be friends that will go through, you know, your life and will do things and will do great things with you in the future, you know, for all your other creative projects out of school. So make sure you always have a look at it and research down enough that this is what you want to do, or this is the film school that you want to go to. Other than that, I think it's pretty much it. One thing I would like to add on top of this, and you know, what to expect in film school other than all of these things, is to really pay attention to what you're comfortable to invest in. You know, if you think it makes sense for you to invest this amount of money for this kind of, you know, work and models you want to work on, then yeah, okay, great, you can do on that. But if it's something that you're not comfortable with, always find alternatives, because there are short courses out there that you can look into, which helps you for those of you who finds it slightly difficult to be spending 20 grand or 30 grand just like that. So have a look into it. There are a lot of courses out there, and for my Singaporean friends, there are always courses like this throughout the year, or even online courses, things like, you know, on Skillshare, or just to mention a few, or go up online, and hell, man, on YouTube there's everything. So, but of course, I understand sometimes school environment helps a lot, and pretty much, you know, the people that you're around with, because I know school helps me. I love being in school. I love being in the presence of other people, because it motivates me to do well. And yeah, pretty much it. So I guess that's all I have for you today. So I guess see you next Sunday for a new episode, and I will hope to be able to receive your questions. If you have any questions, just drop down in the comments below, or you can email me at director@collectorsfilms.com, and yeah, I will mention it out as well. So yeah, so check out SYWDF for more information on whatever we do, and we'll see you soon.